Hey everyone, Mr.s Games here. Welcome back to another Splatoon 3 video. This video was originally supposed to come out during Splatoon 2 when, the whole, concept surge for Splatoon 3 kind of was a thing while the game was still coming out. And now Splatoon 3 is out, so I'm a little late to the ballpark on this one. But I still thought these concepts were still interesting and I still wanted to share them. So, without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so starting this concept video off, we got the stages. One for inside the city of the Splatlands, and one for out, in the outdoors. The outdoorsy one is a stage called Seaworthy Oasis. It's a cruise ship that's been beached in the middle of the sandy parts of the Splatlands. It laid there uncampered for a very long time, until of course the inklings, octolings, jellyfishes, and many other sea life had moved back into the Splatlands. While exploring the unforgiving wasteland, a small group of jelly pioneers discovered a beach cruise ship. They also discovered something else. It housed a massive amount of cool, pure, untouched water. And not only that, they also found an underground cave built directly below the ship that was filled with fresh water. To add, the jellyfish and all the other sea creatures who live in Splatlands were overjoyed to learn about this. And soon, after much work, the jellyfish in the region got together, used up all of their resources, and created a fabulous hotel resort. Yep, it's a resort. This is Splatoon after all. I know we do already have a resort stage, but this idea was too good to pass up, and I think I may have gotten it right. So, first things first, the stage itself is symmetrical. Now, I know we haven't had a good share of symmetrical stages in the past couple of years with Salt Spray Rig. Skipper Pavilion was a little better, but still not good. But I think this one will be okay. Alright, so like I said before, it's symmetrical. Second thing is, the map size is very big. And it has 5 main sections. The middle portion, the bottom middle, the top middle, and then the 2 bases. The gimmick features... Okay, so the areas that are outlined in red that you see on screen right now, those will have rushing water flowing over them in the first half of the game. It won't splat anyone, but it will deliver slight pushback, and you can't ink it. It'll even be able to push back certain types of bombs. So, I know what you may be thinking. Why even bother with these areas in the first place for the first half? Well, there are 2 special things about these areas. First things first, the top half. The top half of the map is basically going to be a sniper roost. It's going to be a great place for chargers or indoor splatlings to shoot from while staying high and safe, minus the pushback. And for the bottom half, here's where it gets interesting. At the bottom half of the map, there will be a cannon, like the ones from Hero Mode or from 7 Run, that will appear, and you will be able to enter it if you reach to it. So, if you get in that cannon, or where your buddies do, the enemies are going to have a very hard time. Though, after about halfway through the match, or at the 1 minute mark, these running water areas will actually dry up and become inkable. So it'll be easy to get to the sniping perches and the cannon. Okay, now for the next map. This one takes place inside the city of Splatsville, and takes place on 3 towers, which I call Triple T-Barb Tower. These are set in 3 abandoned towers that the youth of Splatsville has turned into a Turf War / party stage. It's a relatively small map, about the size of, say, Fort Mackerel's Walleye Warehouse, and it's made up of 3 parts: the middle building, and then the 2 side buildings, which are the spawn areas. There's also a second floor of T-Barb Towers in the middle of the map. You can get up to it by either using the cranes or the floating platforms just in between the 2 other buildings. On the sides of the middle building, there are 2 platforms that act as balconies that you can actually step on. And in between the middle buildings and the spawn point, there are also bridges that you can take across. And that's it for the first part of this video. Now for the second part, the weapons. Okay, first up we got personally my second favorite custom weapon out of this trio of weapons. The Splat Steamer. It's basically just a flamethrower for Splatoon. Basically what it does, it boils ink inside of the weapon itself and shoots it out as this weird ink vapor and steam. Kind of a reference to like really rapid fire weapons back in the old Splatoon 1 days that like if you fired it like fast enough, it like this weird mist would come out of the weapon itself. It's like that. But instead, we can weaponize it. Ooh. Anyways, in order to boil it, you gotta hold the ZR button for at least 2 seconds at most, at least with the basic one. Then, it'll just keep on firing unless you let go of the ZR button. This is an excellent aggressive weapon. It's not fast, but it does damage. 42 to be precise, which is a 3-shot kill. But for this weapon, as long as your enemy stays in the ink vapor that it shoots, you'll be good. And its range is about the same as that of the Splat Roller. Though, as great as it is fighting, it kinda has to sacrifice its fighting prowess for painting. It has the rate of a sprinkler while painting. That's pretty bad. Just be lucky this thing's ink can condense on walls, so you won't have a problem actually swinging up walls. And as for its fall damage, let's not even talk about fall damage. Yikes. But I do have something that can help it move around more, and that is its sub-weapon, the Curling Bomb. This is a great way for movement, especially for weapons like this. It has great movement and great attack. So, now what about range? I did say it had the range of the Splat Roller, at least when horizontal. So, how is it going to deal with snipers or splatlings? Well, that lies in its special. The Trizooka. It's self-explanatory. You pull it out, you fire it, it goes a long way, and you can kill stuff with it. Now, for our second weapon, and my favorite. Taking inspiration from the late 90s unique Nintendo controller, the Power Glove, I give you the Splatware, or Splat Gadget. I'm not too settled on the names yet. Anyways, with these weapons being made up of 2 gauntlet-like gloves and these odd heel accessories, it is entirely reliant on melee. Its range is even shorter than the Luna Blaster. But there is an upside to this. This thing is very fast. Not as fast as an Ink Brush, but way faster than an Octobrush. And it's a 2-shot kill. And its accuracy is pretty tight. I mean, you are punching people, so that's that. And as long as you have ink in the tank, you won't take any ink damage on the floor. You are completely resistant to floor ink. How great is that? Now, let's get on with its sub, the Burst Bomb. This will help it move more and also pressure opponents from far away. And maybe even sneak in a little cheap shot there if someone manages to get out of your range. Or your speed. Or whatever. Anyways, now for its sub-weapon, the Zipcaster. This is an aggressive sub-weapon that lets you zip all over the map. And right behind the opponent, splat them. Overall, I think this is my favorite weapon out of the 3. And I would really like to see something like this come in Splatoon. But anyways, let's get on with the third one. This last weapon's pretty basic and straightforward. But later on the line, after I thought of it up, I actually thought of something way better that it could be used for. But it's I kind of already wrote down all its functions, and there's no really taking it back now. So, anyways, the Splatterang. Well, it's more like a chakra, you know, those things that you see in a lot of anime, freaking games and tropes, whatever. It still acts like a boomerang. But anyways, this has the range of a Swiffer, and it can only be thrown straight ahead, with returning to the spot it was thrown, or in this case, the person. It's fast in regard of throwing and projectile speed, but to balance it out, it's a 4-shot kill. So you only have to throw it 2 times, because on the way back it also does damage. And also, its paint spread isn't that bad. In fact, I think it's even wider than the Swiffer's paint spread when it has a fully charged shot and it lets it loose. So, that's pretty good. But anyways, for its sub-weapon, we have the Splat Bomb. It's just a standard bomb. Really, I couldn't think of anything else that could really play off. Actually, Toxic Mist would have been a pretty good idea. Okay, new idea. Its sub-weapon is Toxic Mist. This will help it slow down enemies so it can hit them easier. And now it can get even trickier with its special weapon, the Echolocator 2.0, aka Wavebreaker. This special weapon will have the opponents have to keep on their toes even more as they try to avoid the Toxic Mist and the Echolocator waves. Waves? I mean, it is called the Wavebreaker, but are they? Whatever. They'll have to avoid a lot of things, including you. So, this is a great weapon to mix up attackers. And really all-out defensive play. And that's a wrap for the weapons. Thank you guys so much for watching this. It took me a lot of time, frankly too much time, to put something like this together. I just had a lot of interruptions in between editing and recording and stuff like that. But yeah, thanks for sticking all around. As you can see from the video, my ideas weren't fully intact or realized. I still have no idea what I wanted to name the splattering or the splat gauntlets or whatever they called. I actually had a new idea which could have been a variant for the brush, but I'll probably talk about that in another video later down the line. But anyways, still, thank you all for watching, and I hope you all have a great day. Peace.